Let's talk about labor and work. I make a distinction in my mind between working and dedicating time to labor. And I do this for mental health's sake because I used to think that labor equaled working. So if I put in the effort into earning money, then I was working. And that is true, and obviously, this is semantics, and you don't have to use the word labor in any special way. Why do I make a distinction between labor and work in my life? Well, that is because I do not accept the notion of exchange of labor for money. I don't want to create for income. I don't want to do things in exchange for resources. I want to do things because I believe that they're useful and beneficial for others and because I enjoy doing them. And I think that most of us would greatly benefit from doing what we love just because, not because we have to earn a living. I'm a special snowflake and I don't want to work. However, I do want to help others and I do want to create art. So when you think about it, most of us don't hate our jobs. Most of us hate the routine of violence in our jobs because many of our jobs require us to sacrifice much for no apparent reason rather than making someone profit. Which isn't a very worthwhile goal for most of us, at least. So, hating your job is a very common modern notion. However, I believe that most of us may even enjoy working if we were given conditions where we would be able to truly labor for the sake of others and for our own sake and not exchange our time and our human efforts for money. Because I don't think that money is a very big motivator. Yes, food is a motivator, sleep is a motivator, but money. And I actually truly love what I do. My job happened to be my vocation or my calling in life. And I know I'm very lucky in this regard, and I know most of the people are not as lucky. I don't think it's fair that we expect young people to select an area of life where they will spend many years toiling away. It's not fair to limit humans to one area. It's not fair to tell them this is where you belong and you cannot do anything else now. Everything else now has to be paid for. So I believe that humans have much potential and they may be successful in many different areas of life. They may be artistic, they may be creative in one area, and they may be very methodical in other areas. So they may enjoy doing sciences and arts, dancing, reading, creating music, helping grow food, and helping to nurture others. All of these talents, I think, can be very easily combined in one single individual. There's plenty of evidence that that is true. So I think the modern working conditions really exhaust our natural potential and we waste it on meaningless routines. Nowadays, we normalize violation of our basic human rights. We wake up early in the morning and go to bed late at night. We don't eat when we're hungry. We are forcing ourselves in so many areas of life. And yet at the end of the day, we're still guilty for not doing enough. We're still guilty because we're not happy when everything is the way it is supposed to be. So we keep blaming ourselves or even our loved ones for our misfortunes. And then when we slowly start realizing that this isn't just on us, and we start looking around and notice that most of the people live in very similar conditions, if not worse. And then we think, can't we all just change it somehow? And yes, we can. Yes, we can actually collectively decide to change. And we can decide to shorten our work days and work more efficiently, and realize that quantity will never result in quality. Okay, maybe sometimes, but most of the time, the more time you spend at your job, the more you hate it. So you're not going to be very productive if you just spend time in a place you hate. And many of us feel like we are not motivated to work. And again, I believe it is not due to some inherent flaw in us. It is not due to our laziness and apathy. I think that if we are put in the right conditions, we'll be extremely productive. And I actually have personal evidence of that. Anytime I have more time on my hands, and if I allow myself to rest properly, then I'm just bursting with energy and I want to get things done. And I start being much more helpful to people around me, and I'm no longer a slob. So, and I have seen many examples of that in the lives of my loved ones, and people on the internet tell me such things as well. So I trust them. Why would they lie on the internet? And there are many books written about this as well, that people actually are extremely hardworking, and they really do enjoy the process of creation. But the conditions we put ourselves into nowadays are just not conducive of true productivity. And one more thing that I really personally dislike is the notion of making your passion into a job. And this whole modern notion of working hard, achieving your goals. And I've already complained about that forever in the past videos, but it is a harmful notion to try to turn what you enjoy into a job, because then, well, you bring in all this violence of a job into your hobby that you enjoy, and then you're surprised that you don't enjoy it anymore. Yes, nobody enjoys violence. So stop trying to restrict your hobby. Stop trying to put your hobby into a little box to fit in with someone else's agenda, which is earning. And yes, we do need resources. And I think that resources should be available to every human, no questions asked. Do you work? Great. Here's food and shelter for you. Do you not work? All right, we can help you, but here's food and shelter. Why is it such a insane idea in the modern world to provide for all people despite of what they do or not do?